just wish boys would think. Like, just think for a second. I snapped him a picture like this. And you could clearly see the makeup streaks from me crying.
Look at little Goblin Jr.
But I had no tears under my eyes, and he was like, why were you crying? And I was like, when? And he was like, your makeup has tears down it. And I was like, oh, it's probably because I was laying down and my eyes were watering. And he was like, oh, okay. Bitch, what? The tear marks would be going this way.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Not down my face. Read between the lines, please.
I mean, sorry for not being an expert on how gravity affects your tears. You know, sorry for not knowing in what exact degree and what position your body was laying when you were crying or whatever bullcrap, right? We have a specimen here, gentlemen, of the more emotionally intelligent gender, sobbing uncontrollably in front of the camera because even though her boyfriend clearly showed interest as to why she's crying, he still didn't do the proper work to be Sherlock Holmes and investigate this whole thing. I mean, my question is, if he straight up asked you if you were crying, why instead of saying yes and proceed to tell him your feelings, you lied to him? You just lied. You made up a lie to confuse him and you succeeded and now you're crying. Make it make sense. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desert, where me and Ampu are always happy to greet you. Today, guys, we'll be taking a look at the more emotionally intelligent gender, because we men, we are brute, we are basic, we are simpletons. Women, on the other hand, they are so emotionally intelligent and wise and mature. So if you want to increase your emotional intelligence and succeed in life and everything you do, take a look at this video, guys. And for the last segment of the video, we'll be taking a look at this woman right here that we covered a few days ago. She was a single mother crying because she's alone. For her birthday, she has to bake her own cupcakes. And her ex-husband replied to that because she went viral and people started attacking him. So he replied to that, exposing her for many bad things. But regardless, society still takes a side. Take a guess which side, guys. Did all of society, and I mean all of society, side with the poor little innocent angel crying because she's alone on her birthday? Or did they side with the big bad man over here? Just take a guess. I don't want to spoil it for you, but we'll take a look at that at the end of the video. So now let's get started, because this woman has some explaining to do.
Women are not emotionally intelligent, and when a woman says that she wants emotional intelligence from a man, what she really means is that she wants a man to be able to change his behavior to make sure that she isn't the one being out of control with her emotions because she's not able to control them herself. It means that the men in their lives have to behave a certain way to essentially make her behave correctly, because she doesn't know how to control her own self and her own emotions, and she's not emotionally aware of things that are going on around her.
Wait, are you meaning to tell me that women are unstable and insecure? But wait a minute, when they independent and so modern and brave? Well, this is something that we like to call in the business Schrodinger's feminism. Women are, at the same time, the victim and empowered, depending on the situation and what benefits them.
Most women that scream emotional intelligence don't even know what it means. It means being in control of your emotions and using logic around situations and adapting to different environments, which women cannot do, myself included. When a woman says that she wants a man to be emotionally intelligent, it means that he has to just know everything that she's feeling 24/7, 7 days a week, and it gives her the ability
24/7 already implies that it's 7 days a week. That's why you have the 7 after the 24. But regardless of that, yeah, guys, that's what emotional intelligence means. It's just being a clairvoyant. In other words, it just means when you get woken up by a slap from your girlfriend, you have to know that she dreamt about you cheating on her. And emotional intelligence is acting properly. You have to apologize for cheating on her in her dreams, of course, because, well, she feels bad and you have to validate her emotions. But at the same time, you cannot apologize for cheating because then you're a cheater, right? But at the same time, you cannot negate the fact that you're a cheater because she dreamt about it and she's feeling bad about it, and you cannot reason with her, you know? So that is what emotional intelligence is. It's a really important asset in order for women to not have their little pity parties and tantrums and all sorts of unstable reactions that speak about daddy issues.
Ability to deflect accountability and shift blame as to why he doesn't just know. Women think that just because they're emotional, it means that they're emotionally intelligent, but the reality is that women use their emotions as an excuse for poor behavior, or they use their emotions to shift blame to the men in their lives for not being emotionally intelligent, when really men are more emotionally intelligent than women, and women don't want to accept that or believe that, so it's easier to just blame men instead.
Oh, wow. Well, this woman, of course, is not in her sane mind. She's been affected by the patriarchy. Don't listen to her, guys. But the fact that she will even blame women, disgusting. This is not a real woman. But yeah, that's what emotional intelligence is, all right? You have to know everything all the time, 24/7, 7 days a week, as this woman said. And if you don't, you're not emotionally intelligent. Now, some may say, some patriarchal pigs may say that emotional intelligence is just a word salad and coping mechanism for women to blame men for not abiding by each and every demand they have. You may say that, but you will be wrong, of course. No, emotional intelligence is how a real man behaves, guys, which coincidentally happens to be, again, fulfilling each and every whim that a woman may have at any particular moment. Interesting.
Isn't it just crazy to believe that I could be sitting over here crying over a man for hours, right? Whereas he just went to bed tonight. Like, this situation didn't faze him at all. It left me in tears, crying, journaling my feelings for the past couple hours. And he just almost just sleeping away. Like nothing crossed his brain twice.
Yeah, he couldn't care less to be involved in your games and all your emotional manipulation. A lot is said about men being manipulators. You know, all men are manipulators, as you are well aware by now. But it turns out women are equally as manipulative, and even more with their emotions, right? So, look, guys, I'm of the belief that women are more emotional, and yes, they cry more often. And I believe that it's a man's duty to control those emotions and lead by example and accommodate women. Yes, it's true. But at the same time, when you take it to the extreme and you're just an unstable person, there's no amount of fixing there, all right? The man saying, oh, I can fix her. No, you can't. There are some women that are beyond repair. They have crossed the line. You cannot save them. It's daddy issues, it's mental problems. No matter how much you validate their emotions, you'll just feed into her actions of using her emotions to manipulate you. And if you don't feed into it, if you try to put some boundaries, well, she'll just call you controlling and insecure, and you're being cold, you're not loving her, and she'll just probably cheat on you or divorce you or whatever not. All right, these women are beyond saving. Don't deal with them. They're a waste of time. But now, guys, for our last TikTok before we get onto the story of the single mother, we have a dating coach that is going to explain to all of us why men don't pursue women anymore. But before that, take a look at this poll that the channel Men Guide asked. Who gives worst dating advice? Divorce lawyers, female dating coach, Andrew Tate, or single people? And 73% said female dating coach.
I love democracy.
Beautiful, guys. But now, let's get started with her, and let's see if you can relate to this.
This is why men don't pursue women anymore. Because so many men are on dating apps nowadays. It has given them this illusion of an unlimited choice in women.
Do you relate to that, guys? You're on the dating apps, you're just getting flooded with options. Yeah, the women just, please let me eat you, let me mess with you immediately, I need it. You're right, so many, in the dozens, in a single day, dozens of women want to have S3X with you. Do you relate to that or not?
So when men go out to bars or restaurants, they're not pursuing women anymore because they know that when they go home, they will have the backup of the dating apps. It's way easier to sit.
Again, do you relate to that? I just feel like even the most hideous female that goes to a bar will get hit on by someone. Come on, man. I feel like these dating culture, honestly, are living in some other planet, and they don't know the most basic things about women and men.
On your sofa all night and to scroll and swipe and chat all night than to try and pursue a woman in a bar. And then there is the image that men have of women nowadays that we have become demanding. Men know that women nowadays, they don't just want a provider, they want a man who is their best friend, their advisor, a good father to their children, helps in the household. And knowing that we have this whole list of expectations, men are just paralyzed. They don't even start to pursue a woman. And another
Yeah, guys, again, do you relate with that? The amount of women out there that want a provider, traditional man, a good father. Again, 99% of women want that. Yeah, there's this 1% of women that just want to mess around with the chads and trade a life with the family for some years of riding the carousel. But that is like 1% of society, all right? The rest, 99% of women, are just traditional and want to build a home. Absolutely relatable for the Western world.
The reason for why men don't pursue women anymore is that through texting, men can chat with so many girls at the same time. And for a woman, texting feels like he's pursuing her, but in reality, he's not, because texting doesn't need any effort. And after a month of having texted together, when a woman meets up with that man, she feels all bonded, and maybe she even sleeps with him. And it's easy for that man to ghost her after that one night, because he doesn't have any feeling of loss, since he didn't have to make any effort to pursue her.
All right, I've just had enough. I've just had enough. Get out of here, man. Not relatable at all. Again, this one probably lives in some other, you know, parallel universe or something, and just forgot that she was talking. She was making this TikTok for the Earthlings that have nothing to do with that. But gentlemen, enough about that. Let's cover this, because it's quite interesting. Now, sorry for the weird format of this video, not looking quite appealing, but it has been taken down. We'll explain that later. So this is the only way I could have found it. So let's take a listen. Oh, by the way, this is the ex-husband of this woman who we covered on a later video. For those of you who didn't watch it, she's a single mom. She's throwing a pity party because she's alone on her birthday, and woe is me, oh, I'm so sad. And people started attacking him, so he made this video as a disclaimer. Let's watch.
This video a lot over the last few days. People asking my thoughts and my comments on it. And before anyone says, oh, you don't know her situation, or, you know, you don't know what she's going through, well, I do, because I lived it. I'm her ex-husband, and right now I have full custody of our kids. This is our parent agreement. As you can see, I have all weekdays and weekends, time sharing with the kids, all holiday academic breaks. And for her to get any rights back to the kids, these are the things that she needs to do. And yes, child support, she owes that. It's up to over $21,000. So she's a mother and doesn't pay child support. She was then arrested for check fraud, and during that hearing, it turned out that it was found that she stole almost $1 million from another guy.
All right, so again, gentlemen, sorry for the quality. You cannot really read the documents. You could have if this video wasn't taken down, but it is. We'll explain that later. But you start to see the full picture, right? And when we cover this woman, yes, she's crying, oh, I'm so little, I'm so innocent. And then this guy actually, you know, we hear from the other side of the story, which we never get to do because men don't speak out about these things. But this one did, and it turns out that, first off, she didn't get custody of the child, which, let me remind you, that the system is extremely biased when it comes to child, you know, keeping the children, and women get them most of the times by the mere fact that they are women. All right, that they have to pump many different things into their veins for the system to consider maybe giving them to the man. So the fact that she doesn't even have the children is a massive red flag for her. All right, but now and she also stole $1 million from some guy. Now let's also listen to this.
And also, she fake cancer in the past. These are scans that she would send and post on her page before.
So, there you have a little background about this woman. And yeah, we got to hear the other side of the story for once. And oh my, do we have some, you know, two sides of the story? Because we never do, guys. We always hear the woman's side of the story, in which, of course, she's the victim. She didn't do anything wrong. Everything is on the man. This one time, we get to hear from the guy. And oh my, what do we have? Now, why was this video taken down? Let me read. I have the image right here. This is the only posts on this man's account. And you can check the account. The account of this man is Reinventing Elizabeth, while her account is Elizabeth. If you search for it on TikTok, you're gonna find it. But he says, this is the only post. It's clear that others do not want to listen to the truth or use facts and logic to form their opinions. My ex-wife has irreparably damaged many people's lives, including mine, well before going viral. I have tried to use the justice system in the past to put a stop to her destructive behavior, but as many people in domestic fraud situations have probably experienced, you will be laughed out of the room. This is so true. I cannot tell you how many men have went through this, where if they were just a woman, they will get child custody and everybody will believe them, but because they're a man, nobody gives a crap, and the most they get out of it is a laugh. This led me to social media, which I attempted to use as a tool to hopefully prevent the next person from getting deceived and ultimately defrauded by my ex-wife. Taking into account the inflammatory and defaming nature of her latest untruths told about me, for the safety of myself and our children, I will not be engaging with my ex-wife online any longer. One day I will tell my story, but today is not that day. I ask that you please respect my privacy and remember that, as the sole financial provider and safekeeper of my ex-wife's children, any actions taken against me directly impact their well-being. So this is the disclaimer that this man put out, because, you know, first the woman was crying and people started attacking him. Oh, why are you such a bad parent? And he made this disclaimer video, to which she replied. Now, I won't show her reply for the sake of this video's length, but again, you can just check it on TikTok. But she basically said that this man is also a red flag, that he's been trying to manipulate and use her mentally, and that because of him, she's struggling mentally in so many ways, and that many women have filed restraining orders against this man, that he's a narcissist and whatever else. So a lot of, you know, comments like this, and society has taken its side. Society has looked at both evidence and have decided that, of course, the man is to blame 100%. The woman, she hasn't done anything bad, even though this man just told the bad things that she's done. But no, the woman, she should not be accountable for any of that. This man is a narcissist. I'll read the comments under this blue disclaimer, and let's read them until we find one person who doesn't side with the woman, all right? First comment, we stand with Elizabeth and the kids. Second, we love Elizabeth. Third, my ex-wife's children. Wow. This didn't go as he thought it would. Laughing emojis. A violin. What tune would you like? To which the guy says, now you're a single mama. That one is catchy. Nice one there. What's that last sentence mean? Oh yeah, well, people were absolutely shocked and terrified that this guy says, any actions taken against me directly impact their well-being. People are calling that a threat, you know. What threat, you morons? He's just saying that because he spends a lot of time with the kids. If you mentally use this man, of course it's going to impact their well-being. They're living with him. Anything that, you know, makes him feel down or sad or threatened or afraid is going to impact them, of course. But the morons, of course, didn't get the point. We love you, Elizabeth. That last sentence speaks volumes. As to what? Exactly, these people are so unintelligent. Why does the last sentence sound like a threat? And 6,000 likes. Does this sound like a threat to you guys? Am I the crazy one here? Or is it absolutely normal that if you live with your kids, anything that impacts your emotional well-being also impacts them? It's not a threat, you imbeciles. When there are more videos here before, sending love, hugs and healing to Elizabeth. Remember that last sentence, but also remember that applies directly to you. And your actions directly impact them. Puking emoji. That's the whole point. I mean, sorry guys to read so much comments. I just want you to see how society reacts to a man speaking out. My ex always said he will tell his story too. 4 years later, we are still waiting. And here it is, guys. The first comment that doesn't side with this woman. Why are you all attacking him? So we have a confused guy here that doesn't understand why 99% of society is siding with the woman. And a woman replies, because he spent his entire TikTok bashing this woman and her past. Her TikToks have nothing to do with him. That's my guess anyway. I mean, yes, he's trying to defend himself. And even if he's not defending himself, what's wrong about exposing this woman? We cover every day videos about women calling their ex-husband narcissists and users and false rape allegations and whatever not. So what's the problem with a man speaking out? Even if it's not to protect himself, what's the problem with sharing his experience, you know? The guy says, they do have something to do with him. The cake one was attacking him and trying to get sympathy. Yeah, absolutely. This TikTok that we covered from the woman throwing a pity party because I'm alone for my birthday. It's an attack on him, and people were attacking him after that. Alright? And so this one replies, yeah, but his page name is literally called Reinventing Elizabeth and is aimed at always knocking on her. So I don't know. I guess there are always three sides to situations like these. But there are not really. There are not three sides to this. There should be three sides to this, but there are not. There's only one side, and it's the woman's side. There's only one side, and it's believe all women. Alright? That's the only side there is to this. Again, you can check on TikTok. Everybody is standing with the woman. Nobody is standing with the man. And now, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be defending this man if everybody wasn't against him. He has red flags, first off. According to the woman, a few women have restraining orders against him. Also, it's not a good decision to get involved online with your ex-wife because of the children, right? I think that if you really cared about your children, you wouldn't start an online war with your ex-wife. Yes, even though she's posting some cringe out there. Still, don't get the kids involved in this way because now everybody knows about you and your kids are going to be affected by this. So I don't think the man took a good decision. I don't think the man is necessarily a beautiful flower and he's all good green flags. No, the man has some shady stuff as well. But so does the woman. I mean, she stole, she was been to prison. She didn't get the kids, which is a massive red flag in today's society because you really have to mess up as a mother to not get the kids, alright? And so, like, this situation obviously has two sides to it, but this is what pisses me off, gentlemen, that everybody stands with the woman. Everybody, just everybody. I read so many comments. There was this one guy asking, why are you attacking him? Nobody was defending this man, alright? And this is why he deleted previous posts, because everyone was threatening him and being mean to him. And, you know, women, let's go back to women saying, oh, men don't share their emotions. Yeah, this is why. Because every time a man shares his emotions, they are weaponized against him. Every time a man speaks out. Like, this man is not even victimizing himself. He's not crying on the internet like the woman, you know? He just shares his side of the story and provides evidence as to why this woman shouldn't be trusted. And of course, this is the reaction from society, alright? This gentleman is female privilege before your very eyes. Let's just switch the genders, alright? Let's pretend that the man is the one who posted a video crying about being alone, and the woman was the one exposing him for a dozen bad things. How do you think society would react about that information? This man, wow, what a manipulator, and he stole $1 million. He didn't get child custody for a reason. This man is a massive red flag. Oh, this man is such an abuser. How could he behave like this when he has children, right? Just switch the genders. The woman is the man is the woman, and of course society will not change their opinion magically. No, they will still trust the woman. That's it, guys. Always trust the woman. That's what society believes. And the system is biased in this way, where they also tend to favor the woman. The woman benefits from being a woman. More people trust her. Why? Well, we are visual creatures. The woman is little and blonde, and oh, she's crying. Oh no, poor little angel. She's crying because she's alone on her birthday. How heartwarming, you know? People get in their feelings. But the big bad man over here, he's not even fake crying on the internet. Like, come on, guys, why will anyone trust him? He's not even throwing a pity party for himself. He's a big bad man, the big bad wolf in the picture, right? while the woman is little and innocent because all women are innocent. This is the effing stupid belief that society has. Believe all women, they can do nothing wrong. Why would women lie? Why would women manipulate and use their emotions and they fake crocodile tears, you know, to get sympathy from people? Man, I'm just so sick of this effing society. And this is one of the reasons why I started this channel. And if you check on my first videos, this topic of the, you know, the judicial system and all that, I used to talk way more about this. I stopped because people in the end are more interested in about the dating aspect. But I think that we can whine a lot about the dating not being good as it is. But I think red pill channels should speak more about the judicial system and about how men are extremely disfavored in this aspect of life. All right? For all the talk about, oh, feminism is not about women, it's about equality. Well, interestingly enough, feminism hasn't moved their little finger once to stop to think about 2 minutes about all the privilege that women have in many aspects of life in which men are disfavored. All right? Interestingly enough, guys, I'm starting to believe that this whole feminism thing isn't about equality. You know, call me crazy. But, you know, guys, I'll just shut up about it because I can rant about this for whole eternity. But it's just honestly disgusting how society reacts to this. I just wanted you all to see that. I just wanted you to see how every single time a man speaks out, shares his emotions, tells his side of the story, people automatically don't believe him. Automatically, without any reasoning, without any buts, without any questioning, without nothing. People always believe the woman. Always. Alright? Sorry if you're a man. Sorry, my dude. Just don't get involved in this. This is why men are afraid of marriage. You get into a marriage and now your whole life, reputation, mental stability, sanity, everything depends on this woman and on her actions. I'm not saying that every woman will do the thing that this woman did, but I'm just saying that every woman could. Right? So know that there is a massive risk to this, and know that every time you get married, you're just getting your head into the crocodile's mouth. All right? And you're putting all your trust that this other being won't snap and cut your throat. Right? On the guillotine. That's what marriage is for men nowadays. This is why men are opting out of it, because men are tired of this bullcrap. It's just unbelievable, guys. Fine, I'll shut up about it. Leave me your comments about this. Down below, leave me your thoughts about this. Which side are you taking? Again, lastly to mention, I'm not taking this man's side. I'm not saying 100% he's the right one in this situation. There are red flags about him. I don't think he's a beautiful human being either. But just the fact that people 100% side against him is honestly sickening. So leave me your thoughts, gentlemen. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.